Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of TPC. We're going to be talking about week 2 of college football. Let's highlight the first game of the day, Baylor versus SMU, my Baylor Bears. This game is pretty interesting. The SMU and Baylor haven't played in a long time ago. Been a minute since probably SMU was in the American and Baylor was OU and Texas were still in the Big 12. This game is going to be very close, in my opinion. Baylor's coming off a bad loss of losing to another SEC team, Auburn. Back-to-back games losing to an SEC team. Losing to LSU in the Big 12, not in the Big 12, the Texas Bowl, and then now losing to Auburn at home. Losing to a guy who was not known for running the ball, pretty much. You know what I mean, Bruce? Jackson Arnold was not known for running that ball, and it was they had 3 people that ran the ball with 16 carries, a total of 54 carries that game, and that was the biggest explosive thing. And now you're playing a quarterback who's pretty known for his feet, Kevin Jennings. And what are your early thoughts? TCU did play SMU last year when they went to the playoffs. What are your thoughts for Baylor?
Honestly, I don't think that this SMU team is going to be the same as last year. I don't see them making the playoffs this year.
Mm-hmm.
The ACC is just way too strong this year with Clemson and Miami.
And Florida State, too. Don't forget about Tommy.
I mean, they're good, but I think they're a little overrated right now. But
number 14 ranked.
Yeah, but I think SMU, they'll probably come out with the dub just because they have Kevin Jennings.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a really good QB in college football. I mean, he had an
is.
amazing year last year. I think he's going to have a good year this year.
He is.
I think I think they'll come out with the win, but I think Baylor, if they can be able to contain just
the rushing attack. The rushing.
Yeah, literally.
Because they did really good in the secondary. They did really good in the secondary against Cam Coleman and Eric Singletary.
That wide receiver group is really good at Auburn with them, too. And to lose to Jackson Arnold rushing, I mean, it sucks, but at least you were stopping insane receivers in the SEC. I mean, that's one of the best receiving corps in the SEC, and y'all are locking them down. So, but I think SMU will come out with the win against Baylor.
I can't be against my Baylor Bears. I got to support them no matter what. I believe Sawyer is going to go off again, and I think Sawyer is going to. I mean, he led the week for the most passing yards in the league last week for 400. But, I mean, we got to bring back the rushing attack. I mean, Bryson Washington is a really good running back in this league. Could honestly be a top 15 running back in college. He can go off, for 150 yards or 200 yards. I don't know if Pendergrass is going to play. But, the receivers for Baylor Bears, they have to catch the ball. Last week, don't get me wrong, it was a good game by the receiver catchers. Pass catchers of Treg was really good, forcing that ball, though, pretty much. And then Cole Wilson. We need Kobe to go off, dude. We put so much money in Kobe from Alabama. If he can't go off, we wasted a bunch of money in NIL for him. And I'm not going to be pressed about the defense because I know the defense is going to get better. David Aranda is a really good defensive coach. He's going to fix that. I know that thing. It's just the offense is going – it kind of flipped because last year our offense was the biggest issue and our defense was always decent. But now for week 1, defense was kind of slowing back and then the offense is anything. And let's talk about another game. I think it's not highlighted that much. Maybe the Duke-Illinois game, maybe. That's a decent game, Number 10 versus Duke in the country. Illinois is very high. They're very high in Illinois this year compared to other years.
Season 11, right?
Mm-hmm. They did, and it's very interesting how they are with Luke. I don't know if I'm going to say his last name. I don't want to butcher it.
Looks like Alzheimer's or something.
Yeah, it does.
I don't even know.
Yeah, they have a good team. Illinois is a well-coached team. They did finish pretty decent last year in the rankings also. The running backs are pretty good with Aiden, and then pass catchers. I don't know too much about their pass catchers. I know their defense, they have one of the Gabe Lucas. I've been hearing he's a really, really good defensive edge rusher might be a top prospect in this draft heading in. But then this Duke team, it's a brand new team for Duke. pretty much a new quarterback from Tulane. I don't know too much about him, but I know he was really good his freshman year at Tulane. Leading Tulane to a really good record for them. Let me see the quarterback, Darren Mitze. I don't know if I said that right, but I mean he was really good for them this past season for Tulane. But I mean this game should be a really good. I think it's gonna be underrated on the map. I think it's gonna be one of those highlight games that's going to it's potentially upset. Could be an upset game. Honestly,
I mean with Illinois this year, I'm definitely I'm smelling an Indiana from last year.
Indiana.
Okay. They're way overranked. I mean, there's only a couple good Big Ten teams. I mean,
there is.
It's been known. There's only the 4 schools. And I just think that they are way overranked. I mean, I think they'll come out with the W just because it's the Duke Blue Devils. I mean, they're not really a football school,
Yeah, we saw what happened to another basketball school.
We saw what happened to that. We saw what happened to that. But I think they'll come out with the win. I do think the QB will probably have a good game. I mean, I don't think Duke will get blown out because I don't think Illinois is that good. I think it'll be a close game. I feel like it'll have Illinois on the verge of an upset at some points of it. But I feel like they will ultimately come out with the W just because they are probably the better team just all around. I mean, I don't really know anybody on Duke's team as good as Gabe Lucas.
Gabe Lucas is really good edge rusher, though. He's a really good edge rusher coming out of them. I mean, he's pretty much
offensive linemen from Duke that are good all around.
Yeah, they have a good O-line, though. Duke has one of the best O-lines. I've seen that, too. They have a lot of seniors on that front O-line. I mean, speaking of Illinois, you said Indiana. I mean, you look at their schedule. They do got to play Ohio. They do got to play Indiana. They do got to play USC. And then you got to play Maryland. Maryland's an underrated team, dude. Malik Washington is a quarterback to watch, dude. I'm so high on Malik Washington. I mean, he's a freshman. He's going to be very I think he's going to be a name to watch for the next upcoming years for Maryland to be a contending team for the Big 12 for the Big 10 championship. But we'll see how this goes. I'll also go with Illinois. Do you have any ideas of another game you think we should highlight? It should be well known. Because I look at this, I know it's not crazy. It's only week 2 of college football. Nothing too crazy in that realm. I know there is one game. We'll talk about that one game. I know we'll wait for that. Maybe we could talk about the rival Iowa State versus Iowa. Pretty much. I mean, those are very well known with each other. They history with each other pretty much. I mean, the Cyclones, dude, they look decent. I mean, you forget they were in the Big 12 championship last year against
Arizona State. If they would have won, they would have been in the college football playoff.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, Cam Scatterbo was pretty much the killer of that game, pretty much. But they might have their own Cam Scatterbo. I mean, Carson Hansen, he looked good against K-State, week 0 for them. He looked really good overall. And then their pass catchers are pretty good, too, for Iowa State. But, I mean, and then Rocco
Beck, their QB returned. Yeah, he's been doing good.
I mean, they have a good backfield with this team. Carson and Sammy, pretty much the third. I mean, it's not a bad backfield. So, I mean, Iowa is not a bad team. Iowa State's not a bad team, dude. They're really good on paper, and I mean, they've always been decent in every season they've been playing since Brock Purdy. I mean, they've been contending. It's just they missed out these top games like this. Iowa, they did beat Iowa last year in the series. I don't know where this location is for the game, but I mean, Iowa
has a good defense this year. They always have a good defense, but
of course. I mean, they just
this year they got some dogs. I don't remember his name exactly, but
Xavier's really good. Their safety. And Logan Jones.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Logan Jones is their offensive line. Aaron Graves, their defensive tackle, he's pretty good too. I mean, just a bunch of corn-fed white boys, if you had to say
I
that.
think Iowa probably comes out with a W this year.
You think Iowa takes the dub in the series?
I do. I think so. I think that defense is going to be too much for Rocco and Iowa. You know, they lost Jaden Higgins.
They lost two receivers.
Yeah, they lost
from
both
the Texans.
of them to the Texans, and I feel like that is going to really affect them when they go against a great defense like Iowa's.
I mean, this is in Iowa State also. This is in the Cyclones. I mean, it's number 16. I mean, it's going to be a good game. I mean, all their games are really good against each other in this rivalry. I mean, so it should be a very interesting game how it is. So we'll go back to that game. I will take Iowa State in this game. I mean, it's in their city, home. So I should take that with that. And then another game that's really interesting, I saw the spread. It was insane. Oregon, Oklahoma State. The spread for this game was 29.5. But, that's how much projected is Oregon supposed to win this game. You know how
and Oregon's covering that.
Yeah, you think they're covering that? You think they're going to cover that?
I think so. I mean, especially with the smack talking going on beforehand about Mike Gundy throwing some shots about them using all the NIL from Phil Knight.
Ooh.
I definitely think they're gonna make a statement to showcase them what the NIL really paid for, and show them, we did pay for all this, but we're gonna destroy you with it. I feel like they're not gonna hold back at all. I feel like Dan might keep his starters in there a little extra longer than usual.
You smell like a Colorado game 3 years ago, 2 years ago,
yeah,
like a
blowout.
They're fighting,
yeah. He's. I feel like they're gonna come for a statement. They're not playing around. He respects Mike Gundy. But he might not like them, and I feel like they're going to try and destroy them.
I definitely agree with that. I think Oregon's just going to kill them. It's going to be a straight bloody, just straight kill them. It's not going to look good for Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, is Mike Gundy on the hot seat? Do you believe he's on the hot seat? He hasn't done anything. He did, make
he got
him
Big 2021, but then their quarterback screwed him, Spencer Sanders, by transferring. After really
did you say 2021? Right here. It's just right here.
Yeah, y'all didn't win it, but he got him there.
But a couple years ago, they did play Texas. In the Big 12 championship. Also.
Yeah. I don't think he's in the hot seat. He's been there for so long. They're always they might have a down year. They might have a couple down years, but they're always he always finds a way to get them back there. And I feel like until it's 5 to 6 years of just complete trash, I don't think they'll fire Mike. He's been too loyal.
Yes, he's been part of the organization since him playing there pretty much. He's been there for a while.
And he just always defends the players. He's definitely a players coach. So I just feel like they will not get rid of him. I don't think he's in the hot seat just because of how loyal Oklahoma State would be to him, but. Definitely do think. I don't know. I just don't think he's not going to get fired. I think his job is safe right now.
For now, we'll see. They did lose their quarterback. I think he did get hurt. Was it the former TCU quarterback?
Haas Haney. Yeah,
yes, he's hurt, right. Isn't he? Isn't he hurt?
I'm not sure. I haven't really seen much about. I saw he got the starting job. I haven't seen if he got injured or nothing.
I don't know. We'll see if there's any updates for that tomorrow.
Hope he does terrible.
But let's talk about the game of the week, pretty much. The Jordan battle. Bruce, what do you think about Michigan, Oklahoma? Where do you think this game goes? What do you believe?
I feel like Michigan is definitely going to pound that rock.
With Justin Haynes.
Yes, and Marshall. Their backup back, both of them. That duo is insane. I think they're going to pound that rock. I really don't think we're going to see much of Bryce Underwood. I feel like OU's DBs are going to do a great job blocking up their receiving core. I think his name is Eli Bowen, the sophomore cornerback for OU. He is really good. And Michigan just does not really have any good receivers this
No, they don't.
So I feel like it's really just going to be Michigan pounding that rock. Bryce might have off 13 passes. I really feel like. I do feel like OU will come out on top just because the team I feel like is better. They got John Mateer. They got
Jade Alton.
Jaden Alton from the transfer portal. And
Burks, the receiver.
Stayed.
And Lewis, too. Kenontez Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, their team, they trying to have a bounce back year from last year. I mean, that was not OU standard last year, especially first year in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, OU is supposed to be a prestigious college. You know what I'm saying? In football,
they need to be the levels of Texas. That's the thing.
Literally, like I mean, history wise, I mean, they're up there with the best of the best, and I feel like they're gonna try and get back to that this year, and this is gonna be a great statement win, beating another prestigious college, and I feel like John Mateer is going to have him a nice game and put him a little bit higher in that Heisman, because I feel like he's going to finish top 5 in the Heisman, or finish top 4 in the Heisman voting. Like,
bold prediction right there.
Yep.
Bold prediction right there. All right. I'm going to go the complete opposite way from you, Bruce. I am taking the Wolverines on the road. I believe the Wolverines are going to win on the road, and the reason why I believe this is because, I mean, I think Bryce Underwood is going to prove why he's the best freshman quarterback we have seen, in my opinion, since Trevor. Since Trevor, I believe. Not like winning the Natty, I'm not going to say that, but I think he's going to be the best quarterback since Trevor. Okay. I mean, first game, he only had 10 incompletions. I know it was a below average school, and it was not the best, but 251... Yeah, New Mexico State, not the best. But it's still FBS school, pretty much. I mean, 251 yards, though, and a touchdown. I like that. And he's on the road. If he comes out and wins in Oklahoma, wins in Sooners, you know the magnitude in that is going to mean.
No, it's gonna boost them up so high. I mean, they're sitting at like I think 15 right now, maybe. Mm-hmm. They will get boosted to top 10, I bet, right around there, top 12. Like if Michigan can come in and win this would be a huge game, especially because the way they ended last year, beating Bama and Ohio, like back to back. I mean, that would be an insane 3 wins for them in 4 games.
I mean, both prestige, organizations or both colleges, but I mean, this has to go to a deeper level. I'll say this: if Michigan wins this, I think the SEC is now 0-4. 0-4 against, Big 12, the Big 10.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas, Ohio, and then Texas, Ohio again. And then what was another game? Was it this past? I mean, and then
it was
SEC.
Michigan. It's been Michigan and Bama the past 2 years in the playoffs.
And then that's another loss. I mean, if they win this game, we have to say the Big 10 is better than the SEC then. You can't. I mean, they won the Natty twice. The Natty's been twice. Tennessee also lost to Ohio too. I mean, it's just the Big 10 is finally catching up to the SEC in the competition.
I would say they're catching up. I don't know. I mean, the best of their best is definitely competing with the SEC's best of the best. Their depth is not the same as the SEC. You know what I mean? Because I feel like because the SEC beats up on itself so much. Like, if they did not have to play
each other?
Yes. Like, if you look at Florida's schedule this year, they play LSU, they play A&M, Georgia. I mean, that is just ridiculous.
And Texas.
I mean, look at that. Like, that right there is not okay for a single school to have an all-conference play. Like, you have to play that. There's no that's not non-conference. But, I mean, I do believe that because in the Final Four last year,
no SEC,
2 Big Ten teams,
and an independent.
Yep, it was freaking.
You had
one SEC school, 2 Big Ten, independent, and I mean the top of the top in the Big Ten is definitely getting up there.
It is, man. I think the Big Ten is finally catching up to
with the addition of Oregon. That helps a lot.
It does. I mean, we'll see if Oregon actually, wins a title with this money. If they can actually win with Phil Knight's money. pretty much. But I mean, if they don't, it's just a shame. That their window is right there. You should win a title.
Yeah. I mean, basically their window's forever. I mean, he said he'll pay them however much. He just wants to see the alma mater win, and I mean, I think they will. Maybe not this year, just because Evan Stewart got injured. I mean, and it's Dante Moore's first year. But when DeCorian Moore, maybe next year when Evan Stewart returns, because he got medically redshirted this year.
Medically redshirt, okay.
Because he didn't play a CFB, you know what I'm saying? So, I think next year they could make a big chance of running it because everybody at Penn State leaves basically.
So what I'm hearing is a Penn State and Ohio kind of year is what I'm hearing. Like bring everyone back for another year, one last hurrah.
Like literally what Penn State's doing this year because they brought everybody back. They're trying to go for the ball. Literally almost everyone.
The only player they didn't bring back was pretty much Abdul Carter, but Abdul Carter was like you know.
And they got rid of that whole receiving corps because they needed to. They needed to ship them away.
Yeah, those were terrible. I mean, Drew Aller. I mean, they also lost, Tyler Warren. That was a big loss. But you can always – Penn State always gets tight ends. They always produce tight ends some way, somehow. They're like one of those schools up there with those. But, I mean, I think that Michigan wins this game on the road. I definitely believe that. You pick OU. We'll see how this game goes. I know people are going to say something if both one of these teams loses. But I just think Bryce Underwood is going to have that game that – proves that he's still the top quarterback, and Michigan will move up to top 10 in this game. But I mean, we'll see where it goes with this game, though. It should be a really good game for both these teams, though. To see where they're at. So with that, I mean, do you have anything else, Bruce, about the schedule? Do you have any crazy objections heading into week 2? Now, heading to another game right here, Ole Miss versus Kentucky, the start of the SEC, pretty much the entering of this pretty much. Guys, what are your thoughts about this game? Y'all did lose to Kentucky last year at Kentucky pretty much at Kroger Field. Y'all were the number 6 team in the nation at that time, losing to them. This was the high-power Ole Miss team. What are your thoughts heading this game, after a shaky start with Austin Simmons?
Okay, I truly believe Austin Simmons is having a shaky start to the season. I had a lot of hope coming in, especially playing against a non-SEC, non-Power 5 team for our first week. Throwing 2 picks, that's obviously bogus.
Had a total of 3 turnovers, too, in that game.
I think he's just, he's just shaken up, his first time in a real college football, what I mean? I think he's going to... I think he's going to lock in for the Kentucky game. Honestly, I don't think he's going to do too much coming from an Ole Miss fan. I think he's just going to play the part he needs to. He's not going to make crazy plays or show dramatic highlights like Jackson Dart did. I think our run game will be pretty good. With our running back, he got hurt last year, I'm pretty sure. He had a knee injury from the LSU game. I have high hopes for him. I feel like our run game will dominate, but the Kentucky defense, their defensive run game has gotten really, really, really good. So I think we'll win. I honestly think it's a mid-dub. I think it'll be a good game for us to play and win.
Okay, mid-dub and everything. Now, coming to this, Bruce, you have something against us totally with this. Bruce, who do you think wins this game?
I got Kentucky winning this game, They're pulling the upset again. They're pulling it again. They pulled it last year when they had Jackson Dart, when they were ranked number 6. They kind of started to derail their season. I mean, after that, they started to lose games they shouldn't have. Like they lost in overtime to LSU. But I think the Texas A&M transfer quarterback, I know he didn't have a good week last week against a terrible school. But I feel like he's going to find his groove this week and knock him off. I think Austin Simmons is going to have some more turnovers against a real SEC defense since he did that against a non-Power 5 defense. I feel like he's just not going to be ready for this Kentucky this week.
And the thing is, Kentucky has a good running back core, dude. They have a really good with Dante Donwell and then Seth McGoney. Magoni. With that, I mean, it's a really good group. I mean, both of them had 70 yards plus, off rip when their first carries for them. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting game for both these teams because I think Ole Miss kind of wants that get back pretty much. You ruined their undefeated season. They were 4-1 at the time, but it was the Rebels' first SEC game last year compared to Kentucky's thing. But the thing is, Kentucky was a really good defense last year. They almost beat Georgia with Carson Beck's inaccurate thing, but Ole Miss. With you saying Ole Miss had a little bit of struggles, I agree with that. I mean, they did beat Georgia, but that Carson Beck was in a whole different mindset. That was I don't know. Carson Beck's a different player. But what are your thoughts about this, Qyse? This is your team, and he's picking against them pretty much. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, honestly, I feel like you mentioned they have a good run game, and
yeah.
Who were the running backs? Who were Kentucky's running backs? They have a duo, don't they?
They have a good duo, really good duo with two transfers. They came in, Dante Donwell and then Seth Magani. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
I honestly haven't watched Kentucky play. I've only watched Ole Miss. But I think Ole Miss has a really good run defense as well. I feel like, honestly, I feel like this game, we're going to struggle in the first half. But I feel like second half, we're going to lock in. I think our DBs are really, really good. I feel like we lock things up.
Jalen Braxton. Yeah, Jalen Braxton, a big help. Frisco
transfer
star right
from
there.
Arkansas.
Home native right there. This is the thing is about Ole Miss. Ole Miss has a lot of players on that defense with Perkins, Braxton. This defense is one of the best in the nation, if you got to say, of Ole Miss, because they brought back a lot of players. If this Ole Miss defense was the same exact defense they had last year, they could have made that playoff run. But, it comes down to, like, last year with, losing to Florida, losing to Kentucky, those games that you cannot lose to put yourself in the playoffs. And I think if you lose this game early to Kentucky in a tough SEC this year, is going to put you down. It is going to be bad on your thing. And there's going to be more talks about Lane Kiffin again. Will Lane Kiffin maybe leave the job for Alabama if, Caleb DeBoer gets fired? I'm just saying right there. I'm just saying it, throwing it out there. If this happens, if they should win this game though. They should beat Kentucky. You got to beat these kind of opponents to put yourself, in those top categories with the top organizations. Because Lane Kiffin is a really good coach. I'm not going to blame him on that. I mean, he beat Penn State a couple years ago in the Peach Bowl. With Jackson Dart was his first year at Ole Miss, but they've been in the environments of winning. It's just you're in a tougher SEC, and you look at their opponents. If I'm getting this correct, they do got to play Georgia this year, and Georgia looks like a monster, bro. They looked good, went that week 1 over Marshall, bringing Noah Thompson, Zachary Branch looked insane, but after this week, you do got to play Arkansas with Taylor Green. We'll see how that goes. Then Tulane's not messing around, man. That coach he's in a different mindset. He got pissed off at Northwestern and he went off on
them. And they got Jake Retzlaff from BYU.
Yes, that man went crazy. 70-yard, I think a 60-yard run by him with that, like a little mobile in him. And then you got LSU, and you still got Oklahoma this year, and then South Carolina. And Florida, the redemption. So this is the thing is like you can't lose this game because Kentucky, especially the team that you have. So it's a win now, if anything. You can't lose this game though in Kentucky. So, anything else between y'all? I mean, just. Qyse, you have anything against this?
I mean, honestly, I feel like we're gonna get the dubs. We got our new transfer, Harrison Wallace. I feel like he's gonna pop out. I feel like Austin Simmons. I hope he locks in the beginning, but usually I feel like the way he plays, I feel like he's gonna be a little shaky again because it's his first SEC game. He's gonna get back into rhythm second half. Honestly, I think we'll beat Kentucky by a score or two.
Score 2, all right. And then what you got, Bruce? What do you think? Is close game or a blowout?
Definitely a close game.
Close game, like last year, like it was.
Yeah, they probably went by like a field goal.
That's how last year was. Okay, all right. I will take Ole Miss in this game. I'm not going to be against this. I can't be against this. Bruce is just off the rails right now with this prediction, but. I mean, we'll see this game. Should be a great game. Open the SEC play. So, thank you all for joining.